So it's still February. We're going to transition into March soon so we can plant the new grass field that we purchased and cleaned up in the last episode. But before we do that, I've been thinking two things. One, we've got to get some goats going for our goat farm. So I'm thinking of building a goat enclosure, a goat pen. And two, I'm thinking I might keep the time set at 3 times as a minimum. Can't go lower than 3. Can go more to speed up time if I want to, but I can't go less than 3. That way we can keep the days moving, we can keep the months moving, because otherwise it's, it's tempting just to go into 0.05 and just grind out contracts and grind contracts and grind out contracts, which isn't too enjoyable for me, and it's not too enjoyable for you because we want to see some progress. And the only way we're going to get progress is by the months progressing. So here we are. There's one lone field that's popped up in this, one lone weed that's popped up in this field, which is a little frustrating. But this is where I'm thinking of building the goat pen. Now, I've played around a little bit in, without the game saving, because the construction seems to be a little bit strange. So what I might do is, just to be safe, I'm going to turn off autosave. I don't want to do this too much, again, from the perspective of being a complete city slicker and learning how to farm. I want to be able to make those mistakes. I purchased the wrong bit of equipment. I built the wrong thing, etc., etc. But from the perspective of, the game building stuff and me not really understanding how the game influences stuff, for example, like this first greenhouse that I built, it recessed it into the ground because I'm assuming the ground wasn't flat and I had to flatten it to build that greenhouse. And so this I wasn't super happy about. But I'm thinking of building the goat pen in this block here. Now I've got 2 options. One, I can just use the default size for the goat pen, which I think is 19 goats or sheep. And then the second is to customize the enclosure, which is going to cost me more money. So I'm thinking I'm going to customize it, but I noticed that you can go into toggle free mode. So I'm going to toggle free mode, which will allow me to place this just on the ground. It's not going to flatten anything. And like I said, I did do some testing, and I can build this enclosure to take up the whole rear yard, which gives me the capacity to have 25 goats as opposed to 19. So 6 more goats. Is it worth the extra money? I've no idea. So I'm just going to start building this out. Do I want to customize the fence? Yeah, let's go for it. It would be nice. I don't think that you can hold a shift key to keep the fences square, so to speak. All right, so we want to go to the very edge. And I don't think it snaps to anything. So we want to go as big as we can. Why not? And hopefully we can make this last one somewhat square. I guess, I could come all the way to the road, but I want a little yard in front of the pen to be able to store, bales or straw or grass or whatever. Do I want to plant meadow for the sheep? Yes. Okay, so we've got 18 grand left. Let's go into... What do we go into now? I don't know if this is going to be a problem, that the water trough is full of ground. But I guess we're going to find out. We want to buy some sheep and goats. Now, I'm thinking from the perspective of just getting some, produce from these goats. How many can we afford for the $18,640 that we have? 22 goats out of a maximum of 25. So I'm thinking maybe if we go 20 mature goats and maybe a bunch of younger ones. Actually, let's do this. Let's put 15 mature goats in there. Okay. And then 10 baby goats. So 10 baby goats will be $2,000, right? Bear with me while I think. We could go 20 mature goats and 5 baby goats. I'm going to do that. Oh, God. Animals have been purchased and 5 baby goats for 1,150. Bye. Animals have been purchased. We got goats! We have a goat farm! But the problem is they need food and they need water. So now we need to organize water. Where's our water truck? There's our water truck. So we need water and we need food for our new goats. Look at them. Look at this little baby here. Hello, baby goat. Goat, 0 months old. I've got 5 of them. 0% health, 0% reproduction. All right. This is sick. All right. Now, I don't know what's going to happen with this water. I'm assuming that's just a graphical situation. Unless we've rapidly reduced or drastically reduced the water capacity of our farm. All right, let's get these guys sorted out. Food and water. So I'm thinking I might use the grass bales that we have, the square ones, rather than that round bale, because the round bale we can wrap when we get a wrapping machine to make some silage. So that I'll keep for the moment. How many of these are we going to drop along the way? Straw bales and water for our new goats. This is so exciting. I wonder how many of these I'll have to come back and collect. Yeah, that didn't really work out as intended. I might need to bring the trailer back here so we can move all this grass up there. We got 2. 3. We got 3. All right, let's water these goats. That was great. So I don't think I'll bore you with me bringing all of this grass up here. I'm wondering if I stack it all in the front here, if it will just automatically top up as they eat the grass. I'm assuming it would. But in any case, I want to get the grass somewhere up here next to the pen so that, it's easy. Maybe stack it all along the fence here where the tractor is. But I think we're done, man. It's 1:30. Let's progress the time, right? So I think we'll go. Okay, so it goes from 3 to 5. We'll stick at 5 times speed as the minimum. New rule for the challenge. Minimum 5 times speed. So that means that we're going to run out of daylight faster. I can't just keep grinding through contracts. It means we're going to progress, through the months. Now that we've got some productions going on, we've got our greenhouses, we've got our goat farm here. It's exciting. I'm so excited. We're going to progress into March and then hopefully have a look at this field here. We're going to try the cedar that we bought in the secondhand marketplace and see if the good old John Deere can actually use that cedar to seed this field. But that's it for the moment. The greenhouses and everything are doing okay. Water supplies are okay across the board. They probably could do with being topped up. But, 13,000 litres or 14,000 in this one. What do we have? 11,000 in this one, 4.5 or something in the other one. I'm also trying to figure out, if we go into this greenhouse over here, how much stuff gets produced each month. I don't know. And so if you guys can tell me what this cycles per month mean. I'm assuming this means litres per month. So chili peppers is going to produce 528 litres per month. So for us to get a pallet of chilies, it's going to take 2 months. Garlic, again, 720 litres per month. Lettuce, on the other hand, is producing a pallet per month. So this is why I see everyone just growing lettuce. Lettuce and tomatoes producing a pallet per month. 20,000 litres maximum. So we can store a whole bunch, 14 pallets of each inside the greenhouses before we have to, start moving things out. Anyway, let's progress into February. I don't have a home. We're still homeless. We own property. We're producing food. We have goats. We have 2 properties, 2 lots, and yet we still don't have a house. So we're going to chill out here until March rolls around. I'm so tired of doing contracts I can't do anymore. We've blown all our cash buck dollary dues. We've got $935 left, but we have goats. Still 0% health, so maybe these guys will take a little bit of time, and obviously their meadow needs to grow. So enough rambling. I'll see you in March. Okay, so it's February, and there's milk! There's milk here already. It's 6:30 in the morning in March, my bad. I've moved all the grass up to the goat's pen, and there's milk here already. Now, how are our goats? They're 100% health. They've got 3,000 litres of food, 1,500 litres of water, and the meadow is growing, 3,839. I think that's all the info we can see, right? The water is topped up. I've got this tank here filled with water, and I think if we leave it here, it will automatically fill up the water pen. But the meadow is growing. The goats are happy. And they've given us some milk already. This is so sweet. What's happening in the greenhouses? What's happening in the greenhouses? Nothing. Nothing. Lettuce. 2 boxes of lettuce and some milk. All right, so how far away is everything? How do we look at that again? I think we peek in through one of the windows, right? I know that we can see. Oh, don't know. 326 litres of lettuce. Yeah, here we go. So this one's not ready to produce anything yet. Again, I don't really know how the greenhouses work. You know, how quickly they produce stuff. I'm pretty sure that cycles per month means litres per month. All right, so the greenhouses maybe towards the end of March will produce something. What does this field look like? It's ready to harvest. All right, so this field is ready to harvest. So we need to get the mower on here. We've got the round baler. It's already got a little bit of grass in it. And I want to see, we can see that the grass now around the field is starting to grow. Like I said in the previous episode, I don't know if this grows back, but it does. This is so sweet. Oh man, there's a little bit of grass growing down here. I guess that's all right. This is so sweet. I've also got some trees back here I noticed on my property that I might be able to cut down at least this one tree here. But we'll worry about that later on. In the meantime, we've got a grass field to mow and harvest and another one to seed. So I wonder, I'm not going to worry about this little weed here for the moment. I'm wondering if the John Deere is going to be capable of operating that seeder. I can move it, I can unfold it, I can lower it, but I don't know if I can turn it on. So I don't think so, because it requires a much more powerful tractor. I think the John Deere is only 114 horsepower, whereas that one requires something that's 200 or so. But I guess we'll find out. We did fill this up with seed. So it's got seed in it already. There we go. Now, hey, wait a minute. Yes. Now, I think if we open up the menu, so we've got grass seeds selected, right? If I unfold this, I've never done this before. Let's lower it. Zoom out a little bit. So turn on the seeder, lift the seeder, fold the seeder, unload, open cover. Okay, so let's just see. Can I turn on the seeder? Oh, are you kidding me? My reversing skills are not fantastic. Now, can we get GPS lines? "5 meter width, number of headlands." If we just do one headland, let's show the lines. For this first one, let's show the lines, right? Where are the lines? Turn on the seeder. Uh-oh. AI worker took over. Oh, I don't think I had the right thing selected. New player, ladies and gentlemen, new player. Steering assist, lines on, okay. Here we go. This is so sweet. Turn on the seeder, lower the seeder. How are we doing this? We're supposed to need a much more powerful tractor. I mean, we're going so slow. 7 kilometers per hour. 998 litres of seed. We hide my silly face. 997 litres of seed. So we've only got 35% full of the hopper, which is, I think, going to be perfectly fine for this field. Oh my God, we're seeding this field. Our second grass field. I'm so excited, it's ridiculous. We got goats, we got greenhouses. This is amazing. All right, so if I lift up the seeder now, crash into that fence. Uh-oh. Let's jackknife the seeder, why not? Lower the seeder. Follow that line. Let's go. Are we going to miss Tiny? What's it doing? Oh my God. I'm making a mess of this. Let's get this field done. You can watch this terrible drama unfold. Well, I made a meal of that. Not exactly proficient yet. I wonder if these tire marks that I've left are going to affect the field. But it was slow. Very slow. Hang on, is it turned off? Yeah, turned on. Okay. So this might mean we can do some seeding contracts at a snail pace. Let's see what it says. Let's unhook that. Nope, that's the wrong button. This is so sick. All right. No. Fold it up and detach it. All right. Let's go have a look at that field. What does it say? It needs rolling. 95% yield bonus, 100% fertilized. It needs rolling? We need a roller? Oh God, let's have a look in the shop. At soil cultivation, seeding, grassland, mowers, tedders, windrowers, forage wagons, grassland care, grass rollers and weeders improve the yield of your grass fields. So what does this thing do? Does it weed as well as roll? Seeder unit? So is this like an all-in-one unit? It weeds, rolls, and seeds? 6.3 meters working width, only requires 100 horsepower. It's got a 250 litre hopper, 12 kilometers per hour. It's 21 grand with the options. Obviously, we've got no money. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Can this weed, roll, and seed at the same time? That's what it says here. Grass rollers and weeders improve the yield of your grass fields. We can't afford it at the moment. But that's okay. We've still got other things that we need to do, right? We've got this field here that we need to mow and then bale up. And then I think we want to buy a bale wrapper. They cost 16 grand for the one that goes on the front. So I guess we need to mow and bale up this field. We're working our own land. This is sweet. So sweet. So again, I've made a bit of a mess of this. You know, I'll learn the best ways to mow these fields and, you know, all that sort of stuff. But I know that we can get a tedder, which turns the grass all around and makes it into hay. And I know that we can get a windrower, which gathers all of this up and puts it into more manageable rows for the baler to scoop up. I might leave that back section at the moment. I kind of like it a little bit overgrown for the moment. But we're done with the mowing. Now I guess it's time to bale things up. I want to move this bale that's down here out of the way. We need a working yard, somewhere to keep things that you know, keeps things out of the way of our fields. Let's move that bale over there, and let's grab this last little bit of grass that's down here. Might as well get every little bit we can, right? And I need to bind a key to my joysticks that allows me to turn equipment on and off. All right, that's all of that cleaned up. Folding's, well, it's not allowed. Okay, let's... All right. Baling time. I'm assuming I can just gather these bales up and then just wrap them whenever I'm ready to wrap them. I don't think they need to be wrapped at a certain time, right? Where is the baler? Over here. It's already mostly filled with grass, so we should get our first bale out pretty quickly. Yep, good job, Crouch. This is so exciting. Let's get our baling done. How do I do this? I've got to Where's the menu? Lower the baler. Lower it. Turn it on. Let's go! Yes, I don't know how many bales we got. It wasn't very many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got 7 round bales. I guess now we kind of need to sort out our greenhouses. I did notice partway through that field that I had the time elapsing meter on less than 5. So again, one of the new rules for the challenge, we have to keep the meter or the time running at 5 times. Just to keep the days moving, keep the time moving, keep the months moving, you know, stop the never-ending grind that has been, oh God, the last couple of episodes of just dead wood contracts and wood transport contracts. So we've got our field seeded. We've got our field mowed, and I've missed bits and pieces here and there, but it has been harvested. It's fertilized at 50%, so this needs to be fertilized. I think we'll get the fertilizing done, and then we'll sort out these products in the greenhouse. Maybe we can leave them for the moment. We can let them build up. Let's see what contracts are available. Bale wrapping. Okay, so we need a bale wrapper. They're 16 grand. Ooh, let's see what's in the shop. Excuse me. Ooh, 49% off. Macy Ferguson. It's only 130 horsepower. Manual and power shift. I don't think this is a worthwhile upgrade for us. I don't think it's a worthwhile upgrade. Excuse me, oh boy. So if we get it all the way up to 130 horsepower, which is honestly not a great deal more than what we already have, and we put a front loader attachment on it, it uses a different front loader than what we use. We use the other one, Hoya or whatever they are. Can put wheel weights on this one though. Wide tires and wheel weights. I mean, we're up to 75 grand. I mean, that's almost the same price. Well, 20 grand less than the Agro Star. And again, the number plate still says Croachi. Oh, it says Crouchy on the back. Nah, I think we're going to forget about this one. I don't think we'll get that. All right, so back to what I was looking at. Contracts. More deadwood. So a little fertilizing contract. Oh, it's the field next door. Katie wants her cotton fertilized. Well, I want that field, Katie. Plowing we can't do. Stone picking we can't do. Another wood transport. 29 logs from out east down to the biomass heating plant. So we've got a couple of contracts. Well, not really. We've got more deadwood. More wood transport, but we've got a fertilizing contract for Katie next door. It's only paying $563. But then we've got these bale wrapping contracts. And the bale wrapper that I want, here, wrappers. This one, 16 grand. This will do 125 to 150 centimeter bales, and we've been doing 150 centimeter bales. 16 grand for that. All right. Let me have a little think about things. And then we'll come back with some action. So the day is moving on. I have cleared off all the bales off of the field. So I think I'm just going to fertilize our field. We'll pick up those contracts to, do the dead wood, the fertilizing, and this wood transport. And then we'll see how we go, with the time at 5 times speed, rather than, 1-to-1 real time or 0.5. Sometimes I put it on in the previous episodes when I'm just trying to grind through contracts. But we'll go ahead, we'll do all the contracts that we can, and we'll see where we are at the end of the day, I suppose. Let's accept all of these ones, the deadwood. We can ride our new motorbike out here. Let's accept that one. We might do that one first because then we can cruise out there on the bike. And we'll come back and do the fertilizing. And then we need to swap implements to do the this wood transport. But there we go. There's about $10,000 worth of contracts. 10,000? What's that? $9,000 worth of contracts. Plus we've got some produce that we might sell. We'll just see how we go getting these ones done. Or maybe I should just do the fertilizing. Seems we've already got the fertilizer attachment hooked up already. We'll fertilize Katie's field. We'll fertilize ours. Then we'll go off, do the dead wood, come back and do the wood transport.
Heels in a trailer. If you want it, you should have it. Cracking like a glacier. Any semblance of restraint. Simple observations chanting combinations of some tired out complaints. I get in my way, I get in my way, I get in my way. I get in my way, I get in my way, I get in my way. Motions fill the picture, gossip magazines, holes in both my sneakers. I'm the last one off the train. Pulled by the horizon, by the burning yellow flame, wanting for an answer to this tired out complaint. I get in my way, I get in my way, I get in my way. I get in my way, I get in my way, I get in my way. I get in my way, I get in my way, I get in my way. I get in my way, I get in my way, I get in my way.
I've just realized I'm about to run out of fuel. We may run out of fuel on the way to the petrol station. This is classic. This is absolutely classic. Oh, we may get there. It's just around the corner. Yoicks. This will be the third time. Saved it. This wood contract has been an absolute disaster. Oh boy. And the day's getting on. It's 3:15. And we've still got another run to make. I am liking this 5 times speed. Plus, I've been away from the computer a little bit, back and forward, talking to the family and stuff, so time is moving on. But I like the fact that it's moving a bit quicker, so leaving it at a minimum of 5 times, I think is going to work nicely. wood transport contract was brutal. My worst one yet. My operating of this machine was very subpar. All right, let's cash in our contracts. The day is gone. What have we ended up with in the cash bank? 9.5 grand. Even. 9.5 grand. We're cruising into 5 o'clock. Let's head back to the farm and see what's going on there. It's getting late in the day. Oh, just before we head back, let's just have a quick look at these contracts. Bale wrapping, ploughing, and another wood transport contract from north of our field back down to the biomass plant. I'm not sure we're going to do it. Oh, let's check also the store, see if anything is look at this. Oh, I thought this was a roller. A disc harrower is used for shallow cultivation of fields. Well, we're far from being able to afford that. Let's head back to the farm, see what's going on, check on the animals, check on the greenhouse. And I think then we might just cruise into April. Can't believe it. We've just demolished this month. Normally, you know, for the first couple of episodes, well, actually up until now, I've just been grinding and grinding and grinding contracts. But we have a field. We've got 2 fields, all fertilized and sowed with grass. We've got animals. We've got a greenhouse, 3 of them producing products. Obviously contracts are going to be something that I need to keep doing and doing and doing. But I don't think I'm going to have to grind through them as much as I have been. We can actually start working at Crouch's farm, getting things done. Let's head back there and see what's going on. Right, we're back at the farm. Everything is looking good. We might need to start topping up some water. I am very seriously considering the bigger water tank. Everything's got water. Oh man, we got goats in this episode. It's so sweet. We've got plenty of food for them. Food is topped up. Water is good. I think it's time to just progress into February. And I think we might leave it here for episode number 7, maybe? And maybe we'll just start to be able to roll from month to month. But I'm so excited. This is sweet.